December 10th, meeting of the Long Beach City Council is now called.
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Are we back on?
We are. You can continue.
Good evening. December 10th, meeting of the Long Beach City Council is now called to order. Tonight's meeting is being conducted via teleconference. We'll now have a roll call. District 1.
Here.
District 2.
Here.
District 3.
Here.
District 4.
Here.
District 5.
Here.
District 6.
Here.
City Manager.
Here.
City Attorney.
Here.
City Secretary.
Here.
Thank you. We have now reached the citizen comment portion of our meeting. Sean, do we have anyone wishing to speak during citizen comment?
I do not see anyone here wishing to speak at this time.
Very good. We'll go to election item. Our first election item is the presentation of the oath of office to Ray Wade, council member elect of District 3. We have a video.
If you'll raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Ray Wade,
Do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute.
that I will
If you'll raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Ray Wade,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of City Council
of City Council
of the City of Longview
of the City of
and the
Longview
State of Texas,
and the State of Texas,
and will,
and
to the best of my
to
ability,
the best of my ability,
preserve,
preserve,
protect,
protect,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States
of the United States
and of this state,
and of this state,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations, Ray, and thank you for that video staff. From one election to the next, our next election will be item is to consider an ordinance calling for the general election for May 2021. City Secretary, Ms. Shepard, please present this item.
Yes, thank you, Mayor, council members, and Mr. Bonds. We're requesting your approval of an ordinance calling for the May 1st, 2021 general election. This will be to fill the expired terms of mayor, city council's districts 1 and 2. Filing dates for these positions are January the 13th through February 12th, 2021. Early voting begins April 19th and will run through April 27th. And with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions of Ms. Shepard on this item? Is there a motion now?
Ed Moore, move to approve.
Nona Snoddy, second.
We have a motion second. We'll have a roll call vote. District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5,
Yes, sorry about that.
District 6.
Yes.
Thank you. Ms. Secretary, will you please record the vote?
Yes, sir. Motion was made by Councilmember Ed Moore, second by Nona Snoddy. Motion passes 7-0.
I vote yes as well. Thank you, Ms. Secretary. Okay, we're to consent agenda. All the items on the consent agenda will be considered together unless there's any item council wants to pull off for separate discussion. So indicate at this time.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I want to look at D and I and L.
D, I, and L. Okay, David, do you have something?
I was going to ask about D and I also, G, O, and Q, and then about the LEDCO Board of Directors.
Okay, and why don't you go first, Mr. Purden? We'll get yours first.
Okay, I'm looking at D and I here kind of as an item together. We're purchasing some sanitation trucks
on D, we're buying the trucks, and on I, we're leasing the trucks or lease purchase on the trucks. What is that all about?
Yeah, Mr. Pearl, it's Dwayne Archer.
Okay.
Actually, on D, what we're doing is we're buying 2 bodies to replace 2 of the bodies on existing vehicles that we have. We're going to send those to
Okay.
Dallas and have them retrofitted. And then I is for the actual lease and purchase of 3 side loaders.
Okay. All right.
Mr. Wright, answer your question on D and I as well, or do you have some other question?
No, that's just for my general information. Are the trucks on I, are those natural gas trucks? Are we replacing old diesel trucks, or just what are we doing there?
These are some of the old multi-pack, which were CNG, and these are going to be replaced with diesel. We've run into some issues with the CNG, and so we're going to be moving these to diesel.
Okay. That was all I had.
Okay, Mr. Pearl, you had something on G?
No, on L. The change order that we're doing for Broughton Park, are we still in our bond budget on this?
Mr. Purtle, this is Rolin McPhee. Yes, sir, we are.
Okay, that's all I kind of wanted to make sure we weren't having to go above that bid on that. Well, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Wright, what were the other ones you wanted to discuss?
Okay, on G, we're using $750 from the Keep Longview Beautiful program. I realize that's not a whole lot of money in the budget, but for Keep Longview Beautiful, that's probably quite a bit of money. I was just wondering what we're doing. I see what it says. Is that something that we just think fits with Keep Longview Beautiful?
Mr. Wright, this is Laura Hill. We applied for a grant to both the Sabine River Authority and Keep Longview Beautiful to combine with some money the Drainage Fund has, $1,000, to come up with an educational program to help prevent littering and pollution of our stormwater.
Okay, I was kind of wondering if maybe that's what that was. All right. And then on O, I was just kind of wondering what wildland apparatus is.
Oh, Mr. Wright, this is Chief Stillman. That is an off-road vehicle for fighting grass fires.
Okay.
Four-wheel drive, usually a higher profile vehicle made to get off of improved surfaces to go into wooded areas and fight these types of fires.
Okay, very good. Thank you. And then on Q, I just wanted to thank Mr. McPhee and all his group for getting the stoplight in at Heritage and Hawkins. I know that there are an awful lot of people in the Spring Hill area that were glad to see that light go in. We've had a lot of issues there, and so I appreciate that. Although it is another, I know that I think Mr. McPhee and Mr. Bonds like to call them traffic lights. I prefer stoplight, but because I get stopped at every one of them. But I do appreciate your guys' work getting that thing in. It did seem to take forever, but thank you very much. And then finally on V, just wanted to say that's concerning the LEDCO Board of Directors. And after speaking with Mr. Mansfield and Ms. Lynch, who are the president and chairman of the board, I just wanted to thank them for all the work they've done. We spoke with both of them concerning the new directors for the 3-year terms of voting directors, which will be Ranji Kodalai and Julie Woods, and also the ex officio members. We'd be reappointing Sam Neal for a 2-year term, and Gerald Grincher and Brett Reed for 2-year terms. And they both seem to be very pleased with those choices. And so personally, I'm happy to approve them.
Very good, thank you. Anyone else have anything on the consent agenda we need to discuss? If
Yes,
not,
no.
I'm sorry?
No, it's not in District 2. I just also wanted to make a comment about
item V, to concur with what David just said. After speaking with Mr. Mansfield and Mrs. Lynch, everything meets their approval, and so we were happy to be able to support the decision that we made today.
Thank you so much for working on that issue. Any other concerns on the consent agenda?
This is Kristen. I move to approve.
Second, Steve.
We have a motion and a second. We will have a roll call vote. District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5,
Yes.
District 6.
Yes.
And I vote yes as well. Ms. Secretary, please read the vote.
Yes, sir. Motion was made by Councilmember Kristen Ishihara, seconded by Steve Pirtle. Consent items passed 7-0.
Thank you so much. We're now to zoning. We're a public hearing to help consider application Z20-11, filed by Boxwood Group LLC. Ms. Choi.
Thank you, Mayor Mack. The applicant is requesting a rezone for lots 8 through 22 and a common area of Lost Creek Business Park, Unit 3, located on the east side of Technology Center. The property was rezoned in 2006 from single family 4 to agricultural and office zoning district for an office park. Currently, there are offices along the entrance of this subdivision, and the rest of the property is vacant. The current zoning ordinance does allow for single family homes in office zoning. However, it also allows for non-residential uses such as offices. In order to protect the integrity of the neighborhood, the best course of action would be to rezone this property to single family so that offices could not be built within this section of the neighborhood. Staff finds that the proposed zoning change is consistent with surrounding uses. Planning and Zoning Commission, along with staff, recommends approval of this request. I'd be happy to answer any questions at this time.
This item does require a public hearing, which we will now open. Any questions or comments for Ms. Choi? If not, hearing is now closed. We will have a roll call vote.
I move to approve.
Thank you, sir.
This is David, right? I move to approve this.
This is Kristen. I second.
Thank you. Motion and second. We'll have a roll call vote. District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5,
Yes.
District 6.
Yes.
I vote yes as well. Ms. Secretary, please record the vote.
Yes, sir. Motion was made by Councilmember Dave Wright, was seconded by Kristen Ishihara. Motion passes 7-0.
Very good. We're now to action item. This will be presented by Director of Public Works, Rolin McPhee. Consider resolution authorizing staff to acquire fee simple title to.
Mayor Mack,
Yes.
I'm sorry, we've got an item B on the zoning, for the zoning items. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry as well. I left it off my page. My fault. Public hearing to consider application S20-06. I'm sorry, Ms. Joy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor Mack. The applicant is requesting a specific use permit for a restaurant with mixed beverages in general retail zoning district. A specific use permit is required for on-site consumption of mixed beverages within general retail zoning district to ensure no negative impact on surrounding properties. The proposed restaurant is located in a general retail area and there is no adjacent residential properties. Staff does find that the proposed SUP is consistent with the future land use map and surrounding land uses. Planning and Zoning Commission, along with staff, recommends approval of this request. I would be happy to answer any questions at this time.
This also requires a public hearing, which is now open. Any questions for Ms. Choi on this public hearing? We'll close the public hearing. Now we'll entertain a motion.
This is Kristen. I move to approve.
Second, Nona Snoddy.
We have a motion and a second. We'll have a roll call vote. District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5,
Yes.
6.
Yes.
I vote yes as well. Ms. Secretary, please record the vote.
Yes, sir. Motion was made by Councilmember Kristen Ishihara, was seconded by Nona Snoddy. Ordinance passes 7-0.
Very good. Thank you so much. And thank you, Ms. Choi, for helping me out on that item. Now we're to action item, Mr. McPhee.
Thank you, Mayor, City Council, Mr. Bonds. We are here to discuss the Longview entryway improvements. This High Mobberly Entryway intersection improvement was approved as part of the 2018 bond election, and the value was $3.3 million. It was also extending Bostic and Millie Drive extension. The particular tract that we have been unable to come to an agreement on acquisition is 2020-P-006, which is directly in line with the Bostic Millie Drive extension. There exists a Novedades Lisbeth store at the location, as you can see from the aerial picture in front of you. The property we had valued by an appraiser, and it was valued at a total amount of $175,000. We were unable to reach an agreement with the property owner. We've been working with them since August of 2019. And so at this time, I have to ask that you approve the following motion, but I'll pause and ask if anyone has any questions.
Okay, this requires a public hearing, which is now open. Any questions of Mr. McPhee?
Mr. McPhee, this is David, right? Is this an issue of having several heirs and you can't come to agreement, or is this just one individual?
I wish it were an heir issue. It is not. It is purely a monetary issue at this point.
Okay.
Rolin?
Yes, sir.
Was this that old boat place at one time? Black Boat Motor or something?
It may have been. I do not recall that. It has been this marketplace and bus transport system for quite some time.
Okay.
If there's no more discussion, the public hearing is now closed. Mr. McPhee, will you read the motion, and we'll see if there's read the verbiage. We'll see if there's a motion.
Yes, sir. I'd like to ask that you make and approve the following motion. I move that the City of Longview authorize the use of the power of eminent domain to acquire certain property in the A.R. Johnson Survey, A-2, City of Longview, Gregg County, Texas. Said property consisting of a parcel of land of approximately 0.324 acres, parcel 2020-P-006, which was called lots 14 through 18, block 1330 of the Robby Dee Addition Unit number 2, conveyed to Juan G. Bustos by an instrument of record in Clerk's File 9911432 of the official public records, Gregg County, Texas. Said tract and said parcel being more particularly described in Attachment A of the resolution before you tonight for the purpose of constructing the High and Mobberly Street entryway project as part of the 2018 streets bond.
Okay, is there a motion?
Mayor Matt, I
Yes.
make that motion. This is Councilman Ray Wade, District 3.
Perfect.
This is Kristen, I second.
We have a motion and a second. We'll have a roll call vote. District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5,
Yes.
District 6,
Yes.
and I vote yes as well. Ms. Secretary, please read the vote.
Yes, sir. Special motion was made by Councilmember Ray Wade, second by Kristen Shapara, and the resolution passes 7-0.
Thank you so much. We got items of community interest. District 1, Mr. Moore.
I would just like to wish everybody a very healthy and safe holiday season, and look forward very much to 2021. Just can't get here soon enough.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Snoddy.
Yes, I would just like to say congratulations to Councilman Ray Wade for his reelection, and Merry Christmas to everyone.
Thank you. Mr. Wade.
Yes, thank you very much, and thank you for that recognition, Ms. Snoddy. As you guys know, we had our annual community Thanksgiving dinner in November, and it was different this year because of COVID, but yet even more so necessary because of COVID. And it was amazing to see our community come out and support. We had it this year as a drive up. So we had limited staff working with a food preparation line where we prepared the foods in one section, walked it to another section for drinks, another section for bagging, and then we had runners running out to the car. And I want to thank everyone that was involved. Latifah Pruitt with State Realty was a huge help. Members of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, Judge Robby Cox was there, Shan Bauer with our Longview School Board. Numerous of people came out and showed their support and helped with us. And I also want to thank the city, the Parks Department, Mr. Karen for being there and supporting us, and also Mr. Bonds and Mayor Mack, your support as well. Thank you, guys.
Ray, I can't tell you how much I appreciate what you do for your district. All of our council members are strong advocates for their district, and I appreciate that very much. And I want to congratulate you on another 3 years, which you'll serve as you have in the past. I appreciate that very much, Ray. Thank you. Ms. Ishihara.
Nothing from me.
Ms. Ishihara, I want to congratulate you too. We tend to forget that you were reelected as well. You just didn't have an opponent, but we appreciate your service and look forward to working with you for a few more years as well. And also wish you the best of luck on your marathon this weekend. I know you're going to do well, and I hope you come through safe without any problems.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome. Mr. Wright.
Yes, I'd just like to repeat what several members have said. I hope everybody has a safe and Merry Christmas, and look forward to the new year.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Purtle.
The same thing goes here. I hope everybody has a great Christmas and a happy holiday, and be safe.
Mr.
Thank you.
Bonds. Thank you, sir. Mr. Bonds.
Well, anything.
Okay, let's just a real quick COVID update. I wish I didn't have to keep doing these updates, but unfortunately, the virus is still amongst us. Our hospitalizations are continuing to be on the rise. We were almost at our regional threshold last week, being above 15% for 7 consecutive days, which would mean we would have to then go into the governor's mandate of ceasing all elective, non-essential, non-emergent hospital cases. But we dipped below that 15% to 14.9% one day last week, which gave us another 7 days to work. But the hospitalizations continue to rise. The deaths are continuing to occur, even more so than in the past. And it saddens me every time I'm notified of a death, because that's a lost loved one. And this virus is still here. We need to continue to fight it vigilantly. We need to continue to social distance. We need to continue to wear masks, wash our hands, do the things that keep us safe. And we pray that a vaccine will be available soon and it will be effective. And so there is hope in the horizon, but until that happens, we need to continue to do the only thing that we can do to continue to prevent the spread of this virus, and that's to stay safe and do what we know works. So I hope we'll continue to do that. I know this has been a tough holiday season, and it will be a tough Christmas season for us all, because it's difficult to meet with family and friends the way we want to, but remember the reason for the season, and that's to celebrate, what we celebrate. And so I want everybody to have a happy, healthy holiday season. And I look forward to seeing you all again after the New Year. So thank you all very much for your service to this community. Thank you, citizens, for being great citizens of this wonderful town we all live in. And we just pray that we'll all prosper and be on the other side of this in 2021. So until then, God bless, and we are adjourned.